I remember reading the script for the very first time, and it was funny, it was brilliantly written, very poetic, but it hit me on a different level, a very emotional level, because I remember all those years in my younger days, in my late teens and early 20s, and I would read a lot of scripts, and they would often feature Asian characters that didn't even have a name, that would have one or two, and if we're lucky, it would last a page or 2 pages. And believe me, I have auditioned for many of those roles before, and it was just not funny anymore. And that was one of the reasons why I stepped away. So for me to read this script and not knowing anything about it, and as I'm flipping the pages, and my character and about this Chinese family, it just goes on and on and on, and I realized that Wayman is one of the leads in this. And it was just incredible. This is what I always hoped for, that I never got. And that's why I'm so grateful to the Asian representation that we have seen for the last few years. If my return to acting is any proof of that not only just Asians, but all groups of people need to and should be represented in the entertainment. Because until you see it, you're not gonna believe that it can also be you up there on the screen. When I read it, I wanted this more than anything else. And when it was my turn to go and audition for the Daniels, I was really nervous. And I went in there, and as I was doing it, they were giving me directions, they were giving me notes as the camera was rolling. And in that instant, I flashed back to the time when I was on the Indiana Jones set, when Steven Spielberg would be doing the same exact thing. And I did it for them, and when it was done, I told the Daniel, I said, by the way, you really reminded me of Steven Spielberg directing me. And I left that audition feeling really good, thought I would get it. I didn't hear from them for 2 months. So I thought it was over, and then all of a sudden I got a call again. I went in and auditioned for them for the second time. Once again, thought I did really good. I thought they liked me. I walked out the lobby, saw another Asian actor waiting to read for the same role. He was like taller, better looking, in a suit, his hair was gel back, and he just looked like he walked out of a GQ magazine. And had I been the director, I think I would have given him that role. And so I was really sad. And then 3 weeks later, when I got that call, it was one of the happiest calls I've ever gotten in my life. And I'm so grateful. I'm forever grateful and multiverse grateful to the Daniels for allowing me this opportunity to not just play one character, but 3 versions of the same character. It's just incredible. I mean, it's beyond my imagination when I decided to step in front of the camera again. And I thought...
Everything, everywhere, all at once. I always try not to inject me into the character, because I see the character as a real person who needs to have real emotions, a path. What I saw in Evelyn was a very hard-working immigrant who's trying so hard to be keeping her family together, to be a success in her father's eyes, to prove that she's a good daughter. And I see Evelyn in so many people around me. I felt that need to tell their story, but in a very, not the usual way. Because the Daniels presented it in such a psychedelic, crazy, insane, contemporary way. Sometimes in science fiction, that's where you can really go to the stars and across the universes like we have done and still be credible and believable because this is the universe that we have created. I think that was the challenge. And it kept me as the actor grounded because I felt this character. And because every day when I go onto the set, I was like, okay, sometimes I have no idea. We are jumping from one universe to the other one. The chaos at that moment of filming is also what the character was going through. Evelyn was going through. Evelyn was confused, was fractured. She was trying to come to terms with what was happening with her. It was like taking a look at your own life and going like, am I a failure? Am I this? Am I that? Could I have done better? Maybe that is one thing that I do put in, taking from my experiences, because it is very personal. Not every decision that you make is going to be the perfect one. And that's when mistakes hopefully makes you wiser and smarter, and don't do it again. And if you do it again, that means you're really dumb. For me, this whole journey was about Evelyn, the character, who understood she will never give up. That also reflects on me as a person, because I refuse to give up. I think when you give up or give in, you've already lost. Whatever it is, it's the character. And if you find that character and you connect, you're almost living vicariously through that character. That's when you really love what you're watching or feeling. In Everything Everywhere All at Once, my God, I think it has to start from the moment I got the script. Fortunately, I was coming to LA, met with the Daniels, had to meet with the Daniels, because I would only take on a project if there is real passion. If when I speak to them, I see the passion in their eyes. I hear it coming from here. Because I'm not going to go and leave my family and people I love for 3-4 months at a time on lip service, on doing something that even you don't believe in. How are you going to convince me to be part of that? So when I met them, I didn't tell them. Because when I read the script, I thought, this is something, oh dear. No, this is something I've been waiting for a long time. That's going to give me the opportunity to show my fans, my family, my audience, what I'm capable of. To be funny, to be real, to be sad. Finally, somebody understood that I can do all these things.